Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to my crafting world. My name is Anna. So today I wanted to show you my attempt at a flat mail envelope. I saw a couple of videos and there aren't too many out there, but I saw a few of them. And the thing is that we have to make everything super flat so that it'll go in the mail for the least amount possible on the postage. Usually about $2-ish is what we can mail things out, for the cost of about $2. So this is the paper line that I used. It is the Rose Quartz from Recollections. I've had this one for a little bit and I haven't done much with it. But from this paper pad for the outside, I used this sheet, and it's got that really pretty rose gold foiling on there. And then also for some of the embellishments, or actually most of them, I used this sheet right here. Let me see if I have a full one. Yep, I used this sheet right here. And I think I used one more sheet, which is this one right here. It has like borders on it and cut aparts. This one, the borders. And I used some of this as well. I used the Hello Love on there. So what I did was, let me show you the envelope that I made. Well, let me show you. I used this punch right here, this die cut. I used the mason jar and the lid. When I cut it out, it's supposed to like emboss as well. It's a little hard to see the embossing part because it is patterned paper. But yeah, so, and I kind of wish they had separated all of this, because if you want a different color lid, you have to, position your paper, just on the lid, and then cut it out, or just cut out a whole new set. So I kind of wish that they had separated those, but it still works. I like my mason jar. And then I also used some bow dies from AliExpress. I used this little guy. I used this one along with which one was it? The smaller one, I think. Anyway, so I had to, these are 3D bows, or dimensional bows, but I had to alter them to make sure that they were gonna lay flat, which was a little bit of a challenge because I had to really think. I'm used to using flowers and lace and enamel dots, and I like using all of that, but in this case I had to go with something much flatter. So yes, and I used a gold pen, and this pen was gifted to me in a swap. So love my gold pen. And I used, for the envelope itself, I used the goodie bag guide, and I had already shown you guys how to use this one, although you can pretty much tell how it's used. So I use this one for the bag itself. So my bag is this one right here. So that is pretty flat. What's going to take the bulk of this envelope are the goodies. So that's another challenge, is to try to make sure that the goodies are nice and flat. I'm going to make another video on what kind of goodies I put in here, and how I make the packaging look pretty inside the envelope. So, because you can't just throw them in there, because they'll settle at the bottom and bulk it up. So anyway, this is the front of the envelope. So that paper that I used is double-sided, and it has it was a light pink drawing, flower drawings, and all I did was I went over it with the gold pen, and I put some I cut out some out of some cardstock, I cut out with the hole punch some centers to make it look prettier. So I've discovered that you have to use everything you have to make everything stand out. So I went ahead and edged all the edges here. I'm sorry, I inked all the edges, and I used a little bit of washi. This one is, I believe it's Recollections. I don't even remember. I've had it for a while. And this is that that bow die. So I cut out the bow, and all I did was take the part that's supposed to, you know, make the actual bow. So I just took this, I cut it in half, and that's what I put on here with a little dot in the center. That's how I made my bow. And for my oh, what do you call those, enamel dots, I just punched another 3 little holes, or, you know, 3 punches from the hole punch in the gold paper. And then this is the hello that I showed you from the paper, and I did take my, what is that, 1 inch, my 1 inch hole punch, or my 1 inch punch, and I punched out the hello, and then I did ink the edges just so it could be a little more visible. You know, I didn't want it to look flat on the envelope. And then, as you can see, this is supposed to be the back of your goodie bag, but I made it the front just because, like I said, I feel like it needs every detail it can handle. And this is my mason jar, and let me see if you can, I mean, you can't really tell the design that's supposed to be embossed on there because it's really faint. But this is the mason jar. I chose the flowers to be at the front, and that's the other little bow. And again, I inked all the edges just so it could stand out a little bit more. I put a doily here with a color that would, you know, pop to where you could actually see the doily, because I tried various colors, various pinks, and I thought the blue was the best. And this is my scallop punch that is 1.5 inches with my round punch, and then a flower punch. And I just took that center. That center is not from the hole punch. That center is from this little guy right here. That's the center of this little guy. So yeah, I use that, and then just for more added color, I put the glitter punch right there. That one's I think it's a 1/2 inch punch. So anyway, that is the front of my flat envelope, and on the back I used the rest of that border that says hello, love. And then this one is just the inside of the tails of the bow. So all I did was cut it out where it says and, love and happiness. And again, I put a little dot right there in the middle. And then these guys are left over from this guy. These are the negative parts. So I thought, well, let me just add them on there. And then I added my little, actually this tag was gifted to me. I added the tag. I stamped my hand by stamp on there. I put the little dots on there with the pen. And this is a little tuck spot. And I don't know where my little tag went, the little tag that punched out of here. I have to clear off the rest of my table, but I'm going to put that in there. So it is a little tuck spot. Okay guys, so that is my attempt. Maybe I should ink this, but that is my attempt at a flat envelope, okay, for the flat mail. So stay tuned. I am going to show you in the next video what I did for goodies and how I make them fit in here. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot.